DuckTales, and Matt, I was just exactly. And how'd you say his name?
Matt Mondanley.
Mondanley.
I don't know if that's the right way to say it.
I've always said Mondanil. I'm not sure if I'm correct. Sometimes
we say Mondidley.
Okay.
Matt Mondidley, Matt Mondadley, Matt Mon.
We talk about him a lot, so.
No, we don't talk
I'm just joking. Are you filming already?
Yeah, we're on.
I don't know Matt Mondanley at all.
We like him though.
But I think it is.
I've met many members of DuckTales though.
Oh, okay.
Throughout the years.
I don't know DuckTales. I only know Matt from because I did real estate as well before.
Yeah.
Cool. So I've met. Yeah, and they're kind of around in Lisbon pretty often, really.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we're on. Yeah. You're a relatively young band still, and already touring the world.
Yeah, it feels good. Excited to be in Portugal. It's a very beautiful city. Yeah, it's cool. We're in this like library. Yeah, I don't know how we got here, but
really
we're
cool.
here. Yeah.
And it's I'm not to talk about the weather, but as a person from Lisbon, I should say that it's actually much colder than it usually is.
Really?
Yeah, and it's much rainier than it usually is because Lisbon kind of has California weather, even though you guys are from
Yeah, it
the
looks
East
like
Coast.
in ancient San Francisco, kind of.
Ancient San Francisco.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So hilly.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I feel that, definitely. Yeah, we've been in Spain for the past 3 days, and it's rained every single day we were there, and everyone's apologizing to us.
Exactly.
That's how it goes.
It's a shame since we're playing outside tonight.
Are you? Oh,
Yeah, we are. It's
Okay.
gonna be kind of cold, I think.
Because whenever I think of the station, I think that it's inside, but I always forget that it's outside. Yeah, yeah. Well, hopefully there's
If
going
we
to turn.
played inside the station, that would without a doubt be the best venue we ever played. It's so cool.
Future goals, dude.
Yeah, maybe next year they should do it in there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. You can tell them
Yeah.
and ask. We should play.
Can you just do it inside?
Yeah.
'Cause-
I'm not sure so the bands can play inside the train station.
Yeah.
I should congratulate you on the album because it's one of my favorites of the year. Possibly, I need to finish a list of albums till the end of the year, until I actually in a couple of weeks' time, and I'm kind of shifting towards your album. So
number one?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I have very eclectic taste, so I always have a place in my heart for King Crimson, even though it's not real. Yeah, it's a triple album, but it's not all new material. So
Album.
a triple album.
They're pushing Prague in 2016.
They are.
It's not doubles anymore.
They've been on the show. So
Really?
yeah.
That's awesome. Which members?
Pat Masalato, which has been a drummer for them for 25 years now, and I met them. Adrian Ballou, also former Adrian Ballou.
Adrian Blue. That's the one I was looking for.
Adrian Ballou has been on the show, but like 5 years ago.
I love Adrian Blue. I love his Instagram and I love his Facebook. I love his painting.
He's an all-around fantastic artist.
Yeah.
Really.
I love his little anecdotes he writes on Facebook.
True. Very clever dude.
Yeah.
Extremely nice. You'll be happy to know.
Love Talking Heads 1980 live in Rome.
There you go. And the Bowie stuff is mind-blowing as well.
Love the Bowie stuff too.
Stuff is fantastic.
It's the Jimmy Page of the 80s for me.
That's good.
Getting a lot of jokes in here.
Or maybe him versus Johnny Marr for my favorite 80s guitarist.
All right.
While we're on that, this show is called Made of Things, and it's based on the assumption that you guys heard something or read something or watched something that made you go, oh, I need to do that for the rest of my life. Did you guys have that, and what was it? I'll start with you, Jacob.
I don't know if I knew it at the time, but I think hearing the Who live at Leeds for the first time was like the first thing that was like, damn, this is amazing. And that was when I was like 6, but so I didn't realize that it was an actual possibility until a lot later on, but it definitely got the ball rolling.
That's pretty cool because a lot of people, at least, start out later, and that you had that at 6. Like for instance, I got my first record when I was a Beatles record, compilation record, when I was 6, I think, or 5 or 6 ish, and I was totally mesmerized by it, and I kind of started listening to Beatles records as a sport for like 4 years nonstop. That's what I did.
As one does. Yeah.
So it's cool that you started that early. How about you, Julia?
Probably the same. Probably similar to you. Both my parents are very musical, still are, and
What do they play?
my dad plays bass. My mom plays the piano and the keyboards, and but they still went on to do other things besides music. But I had the similar Beatles thing with you, and I have a lot of, like, my first memories are of wanting to be in a band. So I feel like the Beatles really is that kind of core education that is really good for kids, and it kind of starts you on a eclectic musical path in which we are all, now on and vaguely struggling, because you can never be as good, but you can be around there.
You can try.
You can try.
Yeah, you can try.
Plus, it's funny because they never had. I myself don't enjoy kids' music ever. Even as a kid, I didn't. But a lot of kids do. And for instance, some bands do kid albums. For instance, They Might Be Giants have a whole series now.
I love as an adult, I love their kids' albums. Even I think They Might Be Giants are a great band.
They perhaps just put out too much stuff that you're able to grasp, But apart from that, they're amazing. I tend to keep forgetting how much I love them, really.
I haven't listened to them in a few years, but
it's so good.
I'll
Even the new stuff is like fantastic.
A lot of stuff is children's music. The Beatles is definitely
fun for all ages.
Fun for all ages, yeah. Sid Barrett's children's music too.
In a way.
Okay.
For a very disturbed child.
Which there are, or a very creative one.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Both. They go hand in hand, don't they?
True.
What was the question?
The question right now at the moment is for you, the Made of Things one. It's what got you like, oh wait, need to play music.
Oh, okay.
Not necessarily music. You must have been. It could have been another thing,
Could, like, advice that you heard once and you're always going to take from now on?
Whatever works for you. If you remember, at least, but it doesn't have to be. It can totally be music. Usually it is,
I could answer this question for Nick.
Do it.
Nick's first CD was given him by his parents. It was a Ramones compilation called
Romania.
Jacob bought it for me for my birthday on vinyl.
Yeah. And
I thought that's why you remembered the name of it. It's called Romania, like Ramones Mania.
Or like Ramonia, maybe?
Romania.
It wouldn't be called Romania. It would be called Ramonia, like the Ramones, instead of just the name of Romania, right?
Ramone Mania. I don't know, something like that.
Well, Romania had a dictatorship, so maybe it makes some sense.
Maybe I've never heard of the Ramones compilation Romania. But I think that one had a big effect on a young Nicholas Kivlin.
Yeah, I love that album.
Ramon.
Yeah, it's career spanning. So it's kind of funny. Yeah, I think it kind of goes in like order too, right? I think it does.
It does.
Yeah,
it
does.
In chronological order, so you end up at like the Ronnie Spector album. Not bad.
What's on that album?
End of the Century.
Okay.
Ramones, another kids band.
Yes.
Isn't it?
They are a kids band for sure.
Yeah.
I also got Get Your Yeah-Yeahs Out, the Rolling Stone live album.
Okay.
And I only listened to Jumping Jack Flash, and then I turned the CD off. But I'd listen to Jumping Jack Flash every day, but then I didn't like any of the other songs like Love in Vain or anything like that. I just wanted Jumpin' Jack Flash.
Sometimes you get hooked on a song and then you have to listen to it like 15 times or something.
Yeah.
I was doing that with a couple of songs on our last tour.
Yeah.
A song called Hermits on Holiday by a band called Drinks.
Rabbits on a roll, rabbits on a roll, rabbits on a roll, rabbits on a roll.
They have a song called Hermits It's on Holiday, and I would play it at soundcheck, like on guitar, and then I'd play it on the stereo too, and it's a very repetitive, hypnotizing song. It almost sounds like a metronome going.
It's his band with Kate LeBon, I remember now. Yes.
Kate LeBon, very childlike amusement music.
I don't know, but you should. I don't think we should call any music kids music.
I think it's a compliment.
I don't know, because it's kind of like, there's kids music, but then it's like, I don't know, you just give kids good music and then they have good music taste.
We're talking about.
I said kids music is like kind of like a starter band. Like,
I know, but I mean, I'm saying the same thing with like the Beatles being a good starting point for kids as like a musical education. But I don't want to like, besides like They Might Be Giants, I don't want to pin anyone into being like, that's just for kids, because of course it's. Like,
I was
definitely
thinking
not just for kids. Oh, absolutely. I'm sorry. No, I think it's a disclaimer. Yeah, you're right though. It's good to clear the.
I was thinking more along the lines of like being like whimsical or fairy tale-ish or
just, I don't know,
like
kind
Yellow
of
Submarine.
Yeah.
I'm more so making the point for the kids, like not just, like I think it's one of those things where, usually kids can handle some pretty weird, unusual stuff, and that's really good for them.
Yeah, the
too.
first album I'm gonna get my kid is gonna be Brian Eno's first.
Yeah,
record,
Fugazi.
Then I'm gonna get him started on Minor Threat.
Or the first ambient album of all time. Just like, you sit there for like 40 minutes.
My 5-year-old loves Bitches Brew. It's just his favorite record.
Yeah. Fusion Miles.
Metal Machine.
Heavy Metal Machine music's my second grader's favorite record. He wrote his second grade thesis paper about the relationship between Lou Reed and the record industry in 1974.
Or Boredoms just straight up, like immediately. That's my favorite band when I was a kid or something.
Yeah.
Just show Boredoms to your kid, and your kids are way more talented than people think.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
2013, I prepared this interview. That's why I was looking at my phone, by the way. So, and I've done no questions that I prepared previously.
Way too long with everything. We're just like going.
Those are the best.
Right.
Yeah. But 2013, you guys wrote a song about that, and you guys started in 2013. When did you guys write this? Was this in 2013? And another thing, another observation is that usually people write their work when they mention years. Bands, for instance, will mention something that's very far in the future ahead, or something that's happened in the past and they're reminiscing over, but not necessarily those years in which they are kind of active, I guess. So the 2013 refers to what, really?
Yeah, we wrote it in 2013. I think it's speaking about the future, but the future being now.
Okay.
Kind of,
It's a song for my friend Harry, who's a very close friend of ours. And the lyrics are pretty self-explanatory, I think. That one's not very cryptic.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. No, I'm just saying that because of the year. The year thing, really.
Yeah, just like having a song that's called the year that the song was written. Yeah,
unusual, I guess.
Well,
I don't.
Also, there's like sometimes you hear music that sounds super dated in the time that it was made, and I think a funny thing about mentioning the year in which something is made while you're making it, and then and then having it not sound exactly dated, like it's not like 2013 sounds like the year 2013.
Yeah.
It sounds more like now than it did.
I think it was more like a revelatory statement, like in the year 2013.
Yeah. And then on the album we also talk about 2016.
And then 2015.
Oh, is it 15? Jeez.
I think in our next record probably we'll have a song called 2016. It's already written. It's just the see if Julia and Jacob will like it.
It's the working title. Like how many years will we cover?
And a lot of people bring up the Stooges' 1969, which is a song from the year.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, okay.
1969 today.
Yeah.
War across the USA. It's another year for me and you. Another year with nothing to do.
All right.
Another year with nothing to do. Oh my and a boo-hoo.
Oh, there you go.
I forgot that one actually. That's good.
Our guy Molnar, who produced our record, he'll like say like he has this friend. They'll do like hardcore prayers together, where like they'll say the name of a song, and then they'll recite it together, like in a very similar way to like people reciting like Hail Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now. Like they'll. It's really funny. You have to.
Well, it's what you're dedicated to. So yeah. But speaking of working titles, you guys have a song on that's on YouTube that is called Tame Impala, and it's funny because sometimes bands, and for instance, my former band, we sometimes did that, and I guess it's a practice in bands that you write something that reminds you kind of something. You're not trying to do the same, but it kind of reminds you of it, and then it's called temporarily that thing. That the name of the band, but then you changed the title of the and you guys didn't.
We just didn't get around to changing it.
Tame Impala is the song that is Show Me Your Seven Secrets on the Show Me Your Seven Secrets EP.
Yeah.
We just called it Tame Impala because that was like the name of it on the set list.
And we didn't think anyone was gonna like hear it or
Yeah.
anything. So
When you make
like,
something in your basement, you don't realize that like 3 years down the line, you're gonna have to answer for these things that you do.
Everything comes
and
back.
Tame Impala wasn't quite the band they were back now as they were back then.
No, they did a left turn. Yeah. As you do. As one does. Yeah, you guys are probably going to do the same. So. Yeah.
And they have a song that's awesome called Led Zeppelin, which was
Kind of like.
yeah.
they do. They
When?
It's a
When
great
from?
bonus track.
It's a bonus track on Lonerism, yeah.
Okay, that's why I don't remember.
Yeah.
Okay. And
They nail Led Zeppelin. It's not. We don't nail Tame Impala, but they nail Led Zeppelin for sure.
no, you nailed Tame Impala. It's true. It's not. I'm not doing you any
It
favors.
also
It's
sounded a lot more like Tame Impala when we first started playing it. Now it's more punky.
okay. Do you still do it live and stuff?
We do it
Yeah,
live,
we
yeah.
do it
We like
You've
playing.
punked it up really.
Well,
Even the recording of it.
yeah, there was a few different kinds of
We do it
recordings of
slow
it.
tonight. Could be fun.
It's the last show.
It used to kind of be like that Tame Impala song, Half Glass Full of Wine.
Yeah.
That's, I think, where we kind of got the notion. It's got like that fuzz tone.
Yeah.
Or
But
like
then-
Elephant.
Or Elephant, too.
Elephant's fuzz all over. It has to be a staple of fuzz usage of recent years, I guess. It's just stompy. It does sound like elephants. There's another practice is that sometimes bands will temporarily name or even when writing, like we'll mention stuff like, I want the song to sound like an elephant, for instance. Do you guys do that? Like go very holistic or very.
If we were more like Adrian Blue, we'd be like, let's do an elephant.
He's got all these animals he can
We
make.
could just call him up every time we want.
He literally
Rhino
does
song, yeah.
have a rhino.
Exactly.
literally,
So
sequels.
not exactly, but yeah.
You guys have been hailed as one of by many. Right now, it seems to be all over, like the cool meet the cool new band, and so are you guys thinking? Until now, you can tell it's true. So there you go. No. But do you guys think that you can ever do something that's very, or just start acting in cool just out of spite, just to be a contrarian or something, just like we'll just be trying to not be cool.
Trying to not.
Actively not to be cool, just to be like, you can't put a finger on us.
And sort of started out as actively trying not to be cool, sort of in the city that we were in, where there were a lot. I had certain friends who thought certain things in music were very corny and very lame and passé, and I think we kind of started purposely trying to do some of the things that were thought of as being cliche or uncool.
I love that. I this is my whole life.
Yeah, it was a reaction. There was like even is a guitar solo uncool? Kinda.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is. It undoubtedly is. Sometimes
A
it
lot
is.
of the times it's kind of uncool,
Even if
but
it is, if it's your thing, who cares, right?
Yeah.
Well, there just wasn't a lot of guitar solos in the music scene at the time when we started, and just the musical climate was and still probably is shoegaze. So I think we wanted to do something a little more in your face.
Uh-huh.
And it's as far as being cool, I don't know.
We're just being us.
We're just
you know?
No, I'm teasing. Of course, you're not. There's no answer really.
so cool naturally that I just can't help it.
Yeah, we just flow. Yeah.
Who are just damn cool though.
Yeah, some people
Like Kate.
LeBon.
She's just damn cool. You know, we're not.
Saw her in Lisbon over here like kind of a month ago, I think.
Yeah.
She's absolutely surprising for the better. It's just really good show. She's excellent live.
So good.
She has something that I think actually you also have, which is like you guys, all of you, which is like a show mode, like you're on when you're playing and in the videos. You can tell that you guys are. There's something I was just commenting with Leonard, which is. That you guys have something that I love that is like, apart from the songs being awesome, is that, and this is more a compliment, there's no question here, but it's like, you guys act out the songs, like you're performing, and it's really cool, and it's really cool that you're dancing and posing and stuff, and looking into the camera and playing with the camera and stuff like that, and live, I've seen live videos, never seen guys live yet, but it's tonight. There's a show mode. Is it active consciously? I guess that's the question. So you're guys conscious of that, or is just like I don't know if there's any other option.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You kind of come out of your shell on stage.
It's all, yeah. I think it's also like we've played together us three so much that I think it's a very natural thing. We definitely don't do that as much in the practice space, but it's like we're here, then we go on stage, and I think you kind of just get into that place, and it's like feeding off of a lot of each other's energies and the energy of the audience, and when people are into it, that can really help you. Sure. And so I think it's a lot about that energy. I know it sounds kind of like lame and interesting, but but
yeah, it depends on
someone in a crowd. They love attention.
It's just like I think we allow the energy of the crowd and the environment to influence the performance, which I think is good. Because you see, I don't know. I think a lot of bands nowadays kind of just like go up there and just like do whatever they do, and it sounds exactly the same each time, kind of like just like a CD. And I don't know. I don't see much point in that unless it's like whatever, like incredible or something. But it's like, I don't know. You want to make it different and special for the people who came to see you.
And it's fun to like build a show and a performance, and I definitely want to make something that sticks with people or gives them a reason to do something. It's like you spend your night coming to our show, and I definitely want to make that impression and create an environment where anything can kind of happen. And exciting for us too. That's why I think we can still play the set so much, is because there's a bit of improvisation, and I think we try to do things to keep each other on our toes a little bit.
And since there's everything is completely live and there's so little on stage, something's gonna go wrong every night. So
which makes it cool.
Yeah. There's definitely something, at least someone cuts out, someone gets unplugged, something.
Keeps you active and on your toes, right?
It will be break a string, drop the guitar, something will go wrong every single night. Pour water on my head.
Hopefully not tonight. Water on your head.
All right.
We're basically done. Are you guys keeping track of how many shows you've done? Do you know?
No.
He will know.
It's like, I think it's been like 180 something since February.
Since February?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So,
Are you sure it's not since October?
maybe since October.
Since October.
Still, okay, that's a lot of shows.
It's a lot of shows. Wow. It's like a show every other day.
Every other day.
For the past year.
Wow, fantastic. Thanks for your time, guys.
Of course.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Cheers.
It was lovely. I've been listening to your album all year, so it's been. I was like really stoked that you guys were coming.